Good morning, beautiful people of the world. How are you today? Today is June 29th, 2023, Thursday. One more day, y'all. One more day and it's the weekend. I hope you guys have had a good week as we're coming to the close of the week. Yesterday when I came on here, I was talking to you all about the situation with the young lady that was here in Chicago in a local restaurant here on the south side of Chicago where I live. And I know by now you all have heard the story, the news regarding the young man who, the 15-year-old or 14-year-old, I think he was 14, that walked into the restaurant and shot the man that was hitting on his mother. This story has been trending and been talked about everywhere. And so when the story first came out, there was a lot of untruths. We heard that she had gotten into an altercation with someone in the establishment and that she texted her son to come into the restaurant to bring her gun to shoot him. Okay. Nobody knew that she had been hit numerous times in the head. Nobody knew this. We only knew or only had heard that she had did this. So of course, all of us, myself included, how do you tell your child to come in and shoot somebody? What kind of mother does this? Blah, all of that. The video had not surfaced or had not been released showing him beating her up. Okay. So apparently there was an argument between the two that ensued. And he told her, she said one more thing, he was going to hit her. So when she said something else, he started beating her in her head, punching her in her head. As if he was in the gym and he was punching on a punching bag. She ducked. She tried to, cover her head. Sorry, you all, this thing is really acting up. I'm trying to tighten it. She tried to cover her face, tried to, protect herself from the blows that she was receiving from this idiot. So apparently, from what I understand, this thing is giving me the flux today. Apparently, from what I understand, this guy had a long history of criminal activities. He had a felony of battery, assault, and a whole list of other things. Now, I've heard that there is a girl that was in the restaurant that supposedly was his girlfriend, and she was laughing. He had just put this girl in the hospital a week or two before this incident happened. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard. The reports then said that she told the mother who was being beat up, she told the son to shoot her, the girl who was laughing, who supposedly was the girlfriend. That was not true either, okay? The son, she did not call in the restaurant and text. The son was in the car and he saw what was going on in the restaurant. He grabbed his mother's gun. He came to the door. And if you watch the video, she's telling her son, get back in the car. The son had the gun in the pocket of his hoodie. He had a hood up over his head. And he had the gun in his pocket, the pocket of the hoodie. you know, the pouch that is in the front of the hoodie. When the man hit her, he disregarded the fact that anybody else was in the restaurant. He didn't care. All he wanted to do was beat her up, because this is who he was. When he hit her, there's a man that's standing behind and another person, African American man, older man. He turned and he left the restaurant. Now, I'm going to get back to the son. A lot of people talked about this man just left. For those of you that don't live in this city and don't know this city as well as the people who live here do, we don't get involved in that kind of stuff. We don't jump in fights in Chicago, okay? There's a lot of crime here already. I would call the police, but I'm not jumping in no fight. This is an older black man who looked like he was in his 70s that was in there getting him some food. Do you honestly think an older 70-year-old man is going to take the chance or put his life in danger, knowing that he doesn't have the stamina to jump in and help when this is a younger guy, 32-year-old guy, who is more fit and probably would have killed him too. He didn't know if the guy had a gun. He didn't know how it was going to transpire. He didn't know. He's like, I'm out. You know, this shit and blew the fuck up. I'm out of here. I gotta save myself. As he should. Okay? So, who failed her in that situation were the people in the restaurant who should have called the police, the people that was there to patronize the business, as well as the people who worked there. Nobody called the police. Nobody. When they heard him say this, or when they saw that it was escalating to that point, they should have told him, you have to leave. She's standing there, already had ordered her food. I guess she was waiting to pay for it, or she was waiting on it. I don't know. But nobody in that restaurant told this idiot to leave. Meaning the owners. Nobody. And what angers me is how these other people come into the black community and have a business, and black people spend their money in their establishments, and you can't even call the police when you see that something is about to happen that shouldn't be happening. So it makes me say, what's really going on? That nobody called the police. That nobody thought, well, you know what? We need to call the police. They just kept cooking like they didn't hear nothing. Like they didn't know what the hell was going on. Everybody, they were just oblivious as to what the fuck was really going on. So when the son comes in the restaurant, he's standing there, he see his mother getting hit, not once, not twice, but 3 or 4 times in the head. He pulls the gun out and he shoots the guy. The guy then falls over, and the guy manages to get out of the restaurant. The son followed him out the restaurant. This is what they say. I don't know if this is true or not. Followed him out the restaurant and shot him some more, and he killed him. Now, if you are not a follower of Fumi DeFaloso, I'll put her channel here. She did a whole video about this yesterday. Go watch what she said. And I'm piggying back. I talked about it yesterday in the other video you'll see. These are videos a little, behind. But I talked about this, and I agree with Fumi 100%. That restaurant failed that child. The community failed him. Everybody failed him. Why did a 14-year-old have to be put in a position to shoot a grown-ass 32-year-old man who was acting a plumb-ass fucking fool because nobody wanted to pick up the phone and call 911? Now let me tell you this quick story for us, just a second. Yesterday, I looked in my Facebook memories and I saw that on yesterday, June 28th, a year ago, and it brings us to what happened with them on June 18th. Yesterday, I looked at my memories, and 1 year ago, yesterday, June 28th, 2022, I was getting ready for work. I gotten out the shower, standing there brushing my teeth, and I hear two people in an argument. And I look out the window. My bathroom window faces out to the street. And this girl has jumped out of the car, this young lady. And this man then is getting out of the car, out of the driver's side. She jumps out of the passenger side. And he's cussing her out. You bitch, I know you was trying to F him. And you think I'm stupid? You think I'm stupid? I saw you flirting with him. Blah, 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 blah. And so she's saying, I wasn't flirting with him. I don't know what you're talking about. Blah, blah, blah. So she's standing on the sidewalk in the grassy part. He then comes around to the trunk of the car, and he's saying to her, you think I'm stupid? You think I'm stupid? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Blah, blah. He just going off. So they going back and forth, back and forth. I picked up the phone at 5:11 because I took a picture of my phone log. I picked up the phone at 5:11 a.m. and I got on the phone and called the police. I live 2 blocks from a police station. I could walk. I called, and the operator on the other end could hear them. This is just how loud they were. At 5 in the morning. And I told her, I said, there is a couple here that is arguing, and it's getting heated, and it is escalating. I said, and I think that something is getting ready to happen. Can you send a police car? I give her my address. I give her my name, my first and last name. I give her a description. She asked me for a description of what they both look like. I told her what the man looked like. I told her what the woman looked like. I described the clothing. I described the car. I gave the fucking license plate number. Nobody came. At 5:30, he started to beat on her. He comes around the car, and he's getting closer. And when he gets up to her, he just, the same way this stupid MF in that store did that woman at that counter, this is what this dude did. The same thing. Started punching her all in her head. She had long braids. He punched her. He knocked her to the ground. She had on a tube top jumpsuit, like the ones I wear, that I love. It started to fall down. So she pulled it up. She's down on the ground. Oh, don't hit me. Don't hit me. You said you weren't going to hit me. Don't hit me. This is why she had jumped out of the car. Because he had hit her probably in the car. That's why she jumped out. Either he hit her in the car, or he was the type of man that he had been hitting her, and she feared that he was going to jump her, so she jumped out of the car. So, when he hit her and knocked her on the ground, she got up. And when she got up, he slapped her, he choked her, he hit her some more in her head. He then tells her, get your ass in the car. And he pushes her in the passenger door. And then she scoots over to the driver's side, and she opens the door so she can get out and run. He snatches them braids, and he's pulling her by her hair, and she's screaming. And he goes to punch her. He gets her back in the car. He's just wailing. But when she opened up the door, because they were in the car with him beating her up. When she opened up that door on the driver's side to come out, I'm looking at this. I'm back on the phone at 5:30 when it started happening. When the first punch went down, saying he's beating her. Please send somebody. Please send somebody. I'm literally, and I'm in panic mode now. I'm watching it, watching all of it, right from the bathroom window. This is the street. When she opened the door of the driver's side to get out, she was bloody. He had busted her nose, busted her lip. She was bleeding from her eye. It was the most horrific thing that I had ever witnessed. To be right here and to see it. And the reason why I didn't record it was because I was on the phone with the police. I was on the phone. It made me cry. I was sick to my stomach. So when she opened the door, and I'm telling the cop, the operator, the police operator, she's bloody. He's beating her. Please send a squad car. At 511, they should have sent somebody. They're up the motherfucking street. I can walk from 511 to 530. Nobody came. He pulls her back in that car and he proceeds to beat her some more. And he pulled her back over to the passenger side and he gets out. And she didn't get out. She didn't get out because I think she was afraid to get out. And he got over on the driver's side. And they took off. He took off. Nobody came. I left the house at 6:15. Not one cop. I later on that day went to the police station to talk to a sergeant. I showed them my phone log. And you know what they told me? Oh, we did get that. We got that call. We were probably doing a roll call. So somebody is being murdered, could possibly have been murdered right here. You all doing roll call? I was just floored, to say the least. I was just floored. Nobody came. Nobody. I don't know what happened to her. I prayed for her. I said, God, protect her. I've never experienced that type of physical abuse, but I have experienced physical abuse. It disturbed my whole soul. I came on live on Facebook Live telling my Facebook friends that I was crying because I could not believe that nobody cared. And I went to that police station after work, and I was talking just as calmly as I'm talking now. And I told him, that sergeant, I said, you failed her. Your police officers that work right here, you all failed her. I said, how could you not? How could that call have been ignored? I said, I called twice. I showed him my phone log, how many times I had called, and the times that I had called 911. I didn't understand it. I don't understand it to this day. I just didn't understand it. That happened on a Tuesday. And within the same week of that happening, I came home about 8:30 that night, and I pull up on the same block, same street, and there was a dog laying in the middle of the street. They had moved the dog. They were trying to move the dog out of the street. There was 3 Chicago police squad cars there for the dog. Somebody had called and said that the dog had been hit. They fly through that neighborhood anyway. They run the stop signs all the time. It's a 4-way stop sign. They don't honor it. They don't care about no stop sign. Someone had called and said that the dog had been hit. And could they send somebody for the dog? They sent 3 squad cars. They sent 3 squad cars for a dog. Three squad cars, but could not send one for a woman that was being brutally attacked by her boyfriend or whomever. I said to the police officer when I pulled up to the block, because I didn't know what was going on. I said, what's going on? He said, oh, it was a dog that was hit. And somebody called and was trying to get the dog out the middle of the street. I believe the dog had died. If you've been watching this channel, my channel, you know that I love animals. I have 3 cats. You know that I just recently put an animal down. I've had 2 dogs growing up. What's wrong? get nothing on my shirt. 2 dogs growing up. A Doberman and a German Shepherd, who I love. Kojak and Cindy. Cindy died or ran off. And then we got Kojak later on. Kojak was the Doberman. Cindy was the German Shepherd. I loved both of these animals. I hate to see an animal laying in the street, wounded and hurt. I hate to see people try to purposely hurt an animal. I dated a guy one time. We went out on a date. And as we were coming home from the date, there was a cat in the street, crossing the street. He sped up so he could hit the cat. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? He said, I hate cats. I hate cats. I had a bad experience with a cat. I hate them. If you are that enraged when you see a cat, what the fuck are you gonna do when I piss you off, motherfucker? What you gonna do when I piss you off? I never saw him again. I never saw him again. Because what that showed me in that moment, that he had no regard for life, and that he purposely tried to kill this animal, all because he don't like cats. I hate spiders, but a spider and a cat is two different things. So I said, oh, okay. I already know I can't date you. Because you a sick motherfucker. You a sick puppy. Ladies, pay attention when you're dating men about their anger. Pay attention. Pay close attention. Because if they don't have control of their anger, what they care about hitting you one upside your head, like the guy in the restaurant and the guy on the street, they don't give no fuck. Be careful. So I said to the police officer, I said, a dog was hit. I said, well, just this week, a woman was hit and beaten up right here on this same corner. And you all didn't come. He didn't say nothing. He just looked at me. I need some tissue, y'all. I need some tissue. Hold on. Oh, my nose is running. Come on, tissue. Sorry, y'all. I do not want to be on camera with no boogers coming out my nose. I said, it was an old lady who was just beaten here on the same corner. He just looked at me. And he didn't say anything. And I just drove away. I drove away. I love animals. I love them. But when does an animal take precedent over a human life? And I said all of this to say this. As women in this country, our lives really don't matter. Anytime somebody can assault a person in a public establishment and think nothing of it and be so comfortable with throwing a blow and a punch to a woman, tells me that we are not considered as important human beings in this society. We are concerned, we are or want to be in control of a woman's reproductive, you know what I'm saying, what's happening with her body. We don't want to provide birth control, but when a woman has a child, we don't want to help her either. Right here, single mother. Had to beg for help when I lost my job. Was talked to like a dog in the aid office by other black women. My own black women, my sisters, my race, my people in Chicago. Had to beg. I told them, I said, I don't need health insurance. I don't need it for me. I just need it for my baby. I had to beg. They didn't want to give me nothing. The lady, you know what the lady told me in the aid office? She said, you a cute girl. You should have no problem getting a job. What did my looks have to do with me needing help? I lost my job. I didn't quit a job. I lost my job. But this fat fuck, he gets a link card. But his son can't get no link card. I got to come to work to take care of him. I'm not sitting at home. I'm not at home baking cookies and watching Maury talking about you are the father. I'm working. I got to work. I got to work to take care of a child because I get nothing as a single mother. But his sperm donor, who does not work and getting fat about a motherfucking day, because he eating off of a motherfucking SNAP link card, eating bullshit, they're taking care of him while I take care of part of his seed. That's what the government is doing. But the government didn't want to tell me that if I get pregnant, I can't have an abortion. And if you get pregnant and have the baby, we're not going to go after the father to make him take care of his responsibility. Bitch, it's all on you. Because you fucked yourself. You got yourself pregnant. That's what the government tells women around this country. And some of you all on this channel got pissed at me because I said that I believe in pro-choice. A lot of y'all got pissed. Some people even unsubscribed to the channel. Fuck y'all. You heard it out of my mouth. Fuck you. Because you know why I say fuck you? Because you say fuck you to every single woman out here that's trying to make it happen, that has no help from the Father. That's what you say to us. You say fuck you to every woman that stands and gets assaulted in a restaurant and gets away with it. You say fuck you to every woman that you do not appreciate or reverence or protect. That's what you say to us. How do you stand in a restaurant? How do you not, if you a police officer, you all are the law. You all say that if you see something, if you hear something, call 911. I did that. but you didn't come. So you say it every time you let another person get away with doing something to a woman. I don't care what race she is. Black, white, Asian. Look at the Asian woman who was walking down the street minding her business. This man comes out of nowhere and just starts beating her up because she was Asian. This happened in New York right when the pandemic was happening. They were beating Asian people up because dumbass, fucked up Trump got on talking about COVID was from China. China. That's what he said with his stupid ass. And he had infused so much rage against Chinese people that they were being assaulted. A man right here where I work, in Pilsen, in Little Village, was walking down the street. A white guy killed him. He was an older Chinese man in his 70s. What kind of world do we live in? What kind of world do we live in that we so comfortable with taking another life so easily? And this 14-year-old boy had to come in and protect his mama because nobody else around who saw it happening before we got to this point did a motherfucking thing. Nobody. So we put him in a position to step up and be a man at 14 and take care of the business. Because all the other motherfuckers that was standing around was like, oh, I don't want no parts of this. Hit her. As long as you ain't hitting me. That restaurant ought to be shut the fuck down. Get the fuck out of our community. If you ain't gonna protect us and you see some shit happening, get the fuck out. Go back over to your country. Yeah, I said it. Because I'm spending my dollars here. And you couldn't call 911 for this woman? Really? It's a sad situation. I don't feel sorry for the guy who got killed. You got exactly what you deserve. And every other man who is an abuser to your woman, your wife, or feel that you can abuse any woman out here on the street, I hope this be a lesson to you for you to wake the fuck up and keep your motherfucking hands to yourself, or you gonna get your ass with a bullet up in your ass, a cap, you gonna get capped in your ass, and you gonna die too. Because these young brothers ain't playing. They not playing. And this baby said, oh, you not gonna hit my mama. Oh, you not gonna hit her. You about to die today. And guess what? He dead. You all know I have a 15-year-old son myself. If my 15-year-old had seen that, and I had a conceal and carry license gun in that car, he would have came and did the same thing. And why shouldn't he? Why shouldn't he? And if I didn't have a gun, my son would have came in there and he would have tried to get that guy off of me. It is sad the position that we are putting young brothers in because these older cats don't want to step up. And the people in the restaurant did nothing. Nothing. I will never, I know where the restaurant is here in Chicago. I will never patronize them. Never. And we in Chicago need to boycott to have that shit closed the fuck down. Close it down. That's your establishment. You see something going on, you should have handled that. You should not have let it have gotten to that point. You did nothing because you all don't care nothing about black women in the community that you are getting our bread from. You don't care nothing about us. You ain't in all the way in Oak Park or Skokie. You in the hood. The motherfucking hood. And you did nothing. But I hope and I pray that that young man gets some help, some psychological help behind this, because I know he's got to be feeling a certain type of way. She's suing. I don't blame her. I needed to hear the whole story of why she was suing. I don't blame her, because they did lie on her. The same people that's supposed to serve and protect lied and made it seem like it was something more than what it actually was. Same people that didn't show up. Same people that didn't show up, but showed up for a dog. Same organization. Unbelievable. Well, you guys, I am getting ready to get off of here. Getting ready to go in here and see what my assignment is. And I'll be back tomorrow on Friday to chit chat with y'all. Okay? All right, y'all. Have a great, great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.